Shalom. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. It's the brother Kachakwala coming back at you with another lesson. All right. This is going to be quid pro quo. All right. So let's look into this word quid pro quo. It means a favor or advantage granted or expected in return for something. All right. And excuse me again for my voice if it sounds a little, different. Kind of getting the summer cold. You know how it goes. All right. So it says quid pro quo, a favor or advantage granted or expected in return for something. All right. So pretty much just to wrap that all up in a quick synopsis, it's a this for that. You do this, you get that. Simple as that. Okay. And that's how the Lord operates when you're in this thing. All right. So it says a favor or an advantage, not more so as a favor or advantage. It's do what you're told, and the Lord will do this. You see, in Deuteronomy 28 chapter, it's a do what you're told, and I'll give you this blessing. If you don't do what you're told, I'll give you this curse. Okay, just for edification purposes, I'm gonna get it really quick. All right. So it's Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 1. It says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth." Quid pro quo. Simple as that. What are we supposed to do? What is the favor? Like it says, what is the favor and advantage? Or what are we supposed to be doing? Hearkening diligently unto the voice of the Lord and do his commandments in order to get what in return? To be set on high above all nations of the earth. Quid pro quo. It's Latin, meaning this for that. Simple. You do this, you get that. All right. Let's go down to verse 15. Verse 15, it says, "But if it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." Quid pro quo. This for that. So if your ass don't listen, you're going to get this. Now you got it from verse 15 all the way down to verse 68. All right. Those are all the little curses that are going to happen. And if you do what he says, you can see it's a way shorter list. Verse 1 to verse 14. Then you got verse 15 all the way down to verse 68 and beyond. All right. I say beyond because you read about all the things that happen to our people. Okay? Simple. Quid pro quo. It's Latin for this. You do this, you get that. Simple. All right? So let's get some quid pro quos, but I'm going to get them in a righteous. Well, everything's righteous according to these scriptures. Like, I'm saying the scriptures are righteous. Don't misconstrue my words. Oh, my gosh. Because, people out there, you see? No. I'm saying that the whole words of the Bible, apocryphal, all that is righteous. Because it's the words of the Lord. All right? What I'm trying to say is get the sweet or the comforting scriptures. All right? So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. I'm going to start at 1. This is an example of a quid pro quo. It says, "When thou will do good." So what is it? This quid pro quo. You do this for that. When thou do good is the this. This is the this. It says, "Know to who thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. That. All right. The this was do good. The that was be thanked for thy benefits. All right. Be recognized. Be acknowledged. All right. Simple. Quid pro quo. That's how the Lord operates. You do this for me, and I'm going to give you that. All right? So verse 2, it says, do good to the godly man. All right? That's why in the verse 1, it says, know to who thou doest it. Don't do it to some random Joe Schmo ass nigga on the street. Okay? Or some 2/3 nigga bitch. Yes, I'm blunt. Know who you do it to. Because if you do any good or any bad towards a nigga, you gonna get something negative in return. Doesn't matter. You could have saved this man's life, or saved this nigga woman's life, pushed her out of the way of a car that was coming at 50 miles per hour to knock her goddamn head off, and she'll get mad at you for pushing her. And you're sitting there like, huh? You see? So know who you do good to. All right? If the nigga woman gets hit by a 50 mile per hour car, well, that's from the judgment of the Lord. The scriptures say, strive in a matter that concerneth thee not. Simple. All right? So verse 2, it says, do good to the godly man. So that's who you do good to. Your fellow brethren. All right? Do good to them. Simple. The apostles and elders. Your respective camp heads. So on and so forth. Okay? The men who push the word and have a good report, good stat sheet. A godly man who you know keeps the commandments. Hold on one second. Let's see if I can get something. Let's get John chapter 1. Let's see where Yahushua met Nathaniel. Bear with me one second. There we go. John 1:47 says, Yahushua saw Nathanael coming to him and saith of him, behold, an Israelite indeed. All right. In whom is no guile. That's a godly man. All right. Let's look at the word guile. All right. Dolos in the Greek. And it means what? Craft, deceit. All right. Subtlety. All right, crafty. What is this? What is guile? Explain. An Edomite. There's a whole bunch of guile in the Edomite. He's crafty. He's cunning. He's subtle. That's why his spirit was a snake. It says a trick. He's a fucking trickster. You ever seen the bad guy on on Batman called the Riddler? This is Esau. Look at him. Everybody look at this man. Everybody come look at this. That's Esau to the maximum. The Riddler. He's always playing some goddamn tricks. Some riddle. Subtle as hell. Guess who they have playing him? Goddamn Jim Carrey. Of course. But everybody, they choose Jim Carrey to play the Riddler. That's the perfect character to play him. Alright? This is Esau to the maximum. Look at it. With the cane and everything, man. I can't stand Esau. Esau is the goddamn Riddler. Alright? He's a tricky ass individual. Now, when Yahushua saw Nathaniel, he said he has no guile. Meaning what? Opposite of guile is probably a godly man. Alright? It says, behold, an Israelite indeed. That's how you knew Yahushua was an Israelite himself. Alright? Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile. So what did Yahushua make Nathaniel? A disciple. Alright? Simple. That's quid pro quo. Since you ain't got no guile, well, you did this, you get this, you get that. You're a disciple now. Simple. All right, so Ecclesiasticus 12:2, do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. A recompense means a payback. All right? He'll pay you back, whether it be in the spirit or rather like pay you back exactly what you did for him. You may have lended him $20 and maybe 2-3 weeks or a day later he gives it back. Or you may have helped him move into a house or did this or did that. And he pays you back. You took him out to eat. He pays you back. All right? Or he pays you back in a spiritual sense. All right? which we're going to get into right now. It says, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. And how can the Most High repay you? Through blessing you, something good happening in your life, or taking that same man and putting the Spirit on him to teach you, to let you figure something out new that you didn't know, to grow in the Spirit. But he decides to use that man to repay you in the Spirit. You see? Quid pro quo. Because you helped this godly man out who could have been a spirit near and dear to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So he appreciates you. You get a recompense. If not from him, but from the Most High. Simple. You do this, you get that. That's all quid pro quo means. This for that. All right? Simple. This for that. It's Latin. All right? A favor or advantage granted or accepted in return for something. Better, I think my definition is better. It's a this for that. See? It says tit for tat. All right? You do this, you get that. Simple as that. Quid pro quo. That's how the Lord operates. So let's go to Tobit. The book of Tobit, chapter 4. Verse 5. It says, my son, be mindful of the Lord our power all thy days, and let not thy will be set to sin or transgress his commandments. Do uprightly all thy life long, and follow not the ways of unrighteousness. That's the this. That is the this. Verse 6. For if, ding, 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 ding. What's the word? If. Here's where the that is going to come in, because you did this. For if thou deal truly, thy doings shall prosperly succeed to thee, and to all them that live justly. This for that. If you do verse 5, verse 6 is going to come to pass for you. You see? Verse 6. Let's see if there's some more quid pro quos. Let's go on to verse 7. Give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious. That goes back to the scriptures in the Gospels. Let not thy right hand know what your left hand's doing. All right? Neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of the Most High shall not be turned away from thee. Quid pro quo in one verse right there. Give thy substance. Give your alms. Don't be envious. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. And give to the poor. All right? Meaning the poor as in what? Let me prove that. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. It's a classic one. Oh, yep. Folly set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Who's the rich? The men of the Lord today. We are not in a high position. We're not no important delegates. We're not no presidents like Daniel was in the time of the Chaldeans. We're not. We some regular $12 an hour working ass individuals. All right? Simple. But we're rich in the knowledge that the Lord gives to us. We're rich in the wisdom. We're rich in the spirit, ultimately. All right? But we sit in low places. Okay? Simple. So that poor, speaking about us, all right? Neither turn thy face from any poor. We struggling. All right? We can't wake up every day and be like, yeah, do that long yawn. Let me check my bank account. Oh, $800 million. Okay, I'm good. No, it's not like that. Let me check my bank account. God damn it, I'm negative and I owe a bill today. Poor. All right? It says, in the face of the Most High shall not be turned away from thee. If you do these things, the Lord is going to recognize that and in turn bless you. Quid pro quo. This for that. All right? So I'm going to end the lesson right there. Lord willing, y'all are edified. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Achakwadash, Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Again, this is Brother Kasha Kwala. And like always, until next time, Shalom.